Welcome back to this week's episode of Embrace Your Uniqueness. And this week, it just dawned on me while I was outside walking my dog. I had this overwhelming sense of guilt for feeling happy and feeling positive in life with all that's happening these days. We have to become brave enough to challenge ourselves. We have to become bold when sharing our special story. We all have something special inside. Are we willing and able to make the stand and say, yes, this is the life that's worth fighting for? So I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel, and by liking and subscribing this channel, you're really helping me share that message to other people of embracing your uniqueness. You know, that self-love, self-understanding, self-acceptance, and that growth-minded mindset that you need to really go after big goals, big dreams, and just all the joys that you really want in life. And with that being said, with everything that's happening on this world, with all the divisiveness, you have a pandemic happening. You have the war in Ukraine with, Russian aggression. You have the authoritarian regime mentality of just dominating freedom and liberties, and you have misinformation. You have our addiction to social media. You have billionaires running companies with the mindset of profits over people. There's a lot, and it's heavy, and that doesn't even boil down to the more what we used to consider more like precedent issues. Like we don't even think about, well, I don't know if this is the right way of saying it, but like it's not in a forefront right now of climate is a major issue that we haven't even gone to address. We haven't even thought about, hunger and what's going to happen when climate truly affects the food situation. We're so focused on supply chains because of a war-torn global network. So without getting into all of that, I came on because I just wanted to know or feel, I wonder if people are feeling, do you have like a sense of guilt right now? Is it like, do you feel awkward when you want to share something that's good or positive? For me, for myself, I'm getting married soon, and about a month and a half I'm getting married, and right now there's a lot going on with that. Preparations, nailing down the finer details, getting excited, getting in all the vendors together, and like everything's coming together, and it is exciting, and it's a wonderful thing, the union of two families, and just making that commitment to my partner. And we're excited about our honeymoon trip, and there's a lot of joy right now. We both have a lot to be grateful for, and we definitely value gratitude in our life, and we live with full hearts, full of gratitude. And we know that if we have something to give, we obviously give as much as we can. We both live by the idea of by giving as much as you can in this world, that's the best way to receive. And this channel I've been working hard at, and I tried to come up with a topic this week, and I find myself just harping on my issues with social media, and my issues with billionaires, and my issues with just like misinformation, and in general, like preying on the humankind and turning them into dollar signs or cogs in the machine, or using us as pawns in some greater game. And it's heavy. It's a heavy topic, and it's not something I want to dwell on all the time, because truly this channel is about encouragement. This channel is about self-development and personal development topics, and just building a community. And like I've said millions and millions of times, it's about embracing your uniqueness and finding that courage and that understanding that your story is so unique and special that it's your like duty to the world to find a way to share your light and your gift with others and be the best version of yourself. You'll impact your family and your friendships and your neighborhoods and your communities, and it just ripples out, and it's such a powerful way of living your life. And you'll also see that it does play into how you source the food that you put into your body and what you care about. Are you working out the way you should work out? Are you feeding yourself nutritious meals from locally sourced products, seasonal at best? Finding that niche that makes sure that you're not just over consuming and taking in this world. So I think I just want to open it up to people. I am happy. I am feeling great about what's coming into my life right now. But, I listen to the news, and, here in America, we have such a divisiveness in our political sphere. And because of social media, it's become like this daily identity to everybody. And somehow, some way, we've allowed politicians to be like our true identity, and it's just disgusting. And politicians live off of fear and telling you how bad everything is, and that if you don't agree with the way they look at the world, then you're living in some kind of delusion, dismay, and it's just not true. And they're always trying to pin you against your neighbor. They're always trying to make you close off your mind and commit to their idea and their goals, because ultimately they just want your money. They want the fundraising. They want the big companies to back them, because they want to be seen as as someone who can lead people together, pull people together, and get people to just follow them blindly. Politicians are just wanting their celebrity status, and they're trying to become celebrities because they find themselves the most influential when they're on social media and whipping up a frenzy. And it's truly just dividing this country. And it was exasperated by, the lockdown. Everyone was locked inside and kind of fearing the unknown and not knowing what to do. And we all kind of turned to our social media for our source of information. And the unbelievably disgusting ethics of the social media business owners that just allowed misinformation to just conquer their profits, just make them just see us as profits and not people, and just not realizing just how divisive and disgusting things we're getting. And it just, you're on social media, and things are just drawing into your likes, and everything's pulling into this algorithm that just draws you deeper, deeper, deeper into your view, and things that ring true to you, and you become more and more closed-minded, and we're just kind of like sucked into a vacuum. And the next thing you know, all you read is things that you agree with. And then when someone does disagree with you, because it's social media, we have this like ability and this social media courage to just like lash out at each other and say like horrible things to each other, because there's no face-to-face consequences, and you kind of have that like no fear of physical harm, or personal harm, or human to human harm, or you don't have to look someone in the eyes and say something horrible, because you can just put it on a post and feel really good, and a bunch of people, just like a high school bully, like can latch on to your opinion. And that's both sides. It's not one or the other. It doesn't matter. It's just the way things got. But anyway, going back to the original idea, where or how do you deal with feeling good about yourself if you're living in your world, but also staying connected and not turning a blind eye to all the hardships and the challenges that we have in front of us as people on this earth? But, we have to look at things as like, yes, they're challenges and they're really hard. And these topics are going to be intense, and it's going to bring us to a boil sometimes. And we're not going to agree, and we're going to not agree with passion, and we're not going to agree with conviction, and we're going to not want to be told we're wrong. But is there a way that we can find within ourselves to be a little bit less fearful, and have a little bit more courage to live with a little bit more open-mindedness? Because I believe that open-mindedness actually comes from courage and self-confidence, that closed-minded mentality, and that not willing to bridge to each other and meet and have hard conversations comes from a place of just a lack of self-esteem, and a lack of identity, and a lack of confidence that you have great opinions, but also outside of you, there's great opinions as well. And not what is good for you doesn't necessarily mean what is good for everyone else. And like I said, I apologize that this might be a little bit disjointed in my thoughts. Like I said, I just came to this realization while walking today that, it's hard to feel good sometimes nowadays. And not that it's hard to feel good sometimes, that I feel guilty about living with so much joy and happiness, with also keeping tabs on all that is so hard, wrong, and disgusting in this world. Please leave your comments and your thoughts. And like I said, thank you so much for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I really look forward to hearing from you and reading your comments and adding to this conversation, because I truly came to this video without answers, just with questions.